I got a great question for you. How do we let the club do all the work for us? How do we get the momentum of the club to make everything happen so golf feels easy? Just like the pros, you see, it looks like they swing, they don't even try at all, and then the ball just goes 300 yards right down the middle. We're going to talk about that in this video, but I bet you're probably struggling, feeling like you're trying to control the club. The harder you swing through the ball, the slower your club head speed and the shorter the ball goes, the more it starts to curve, and you feel like it's just so hard to control this face. Well, I'm going to talk about how we can build momentum throughout the body to let this club do all the work for us. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in this video. Plus, I got an awesome drill for you that's going to really help you to hit those nice straight drives at the end of this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And in this first video, what I'm going to try to do is let the momentum of the club do all the work for me. Then I'm going to break it down for you exactly how that happens. So let's go ahead and swing one just to start off the day here. Let's see what happens. All right, crank that one. I hit that down just the left center of the fairway. Had some good club head speed, but I didn't feel like I was trying to overpower the swing. Got my flight scope radar right here. Club head speed was 115.2. The total distance was 301. So I'll let the club head momentum do a lot of the work for me and hit it 300 without having to feel like I was swinging super hard. Let me break down exactly how you can get those same kind of results in your own swing. So the first thing comes from, we need to build the swing from the ground up. We need to start with our feet. And yeah, everybody says that, but what does that actually mean? Here's what I want you to do. Let's go ahead and start by, instead of being down at the ground, let's go ahead and bring this club up just like we're going to swing this like a baseball. I think this is the simplest form of swinging the golf club and the easiest to get these drills down, because now we're not worried about the ball. So when you make your backswing, what I want you to do is take a little step to the right, and I'm going to go ahead and let my foot come up off the ground, my left foot, and then I'm going to go ahead and step forward, and my right foot's going to come forward. So it looks just like this, my left foot, and then I'm going to shift to my right foot. That's exactly what's going on in the golf swing. In the backswing, we shift our weight to the right, and in the downswing, we shift our weight to the left until we come all the way around. This drill forces you to do that. You don't even have to think about it. It's a very easy step, and I want you to go ahead and do about 20 or 30 of these to get super comfortable with just making that weight shift. Once that starts to feel easy, like you don't even have to think about it, now all we're going to do is take this same swing and tilt it back down to the ground toward a golf ball. Let's do that exact same thing. So step to the right, step to the left, to the right, to the left. So all I'm doing here is letting that left foot tap over, coming down, and then my right foot's going to tap over. That's going to get that weight shift. It's going to make it very simple, and now you're feeling like the momentum of the club is turning back and turning through. Now let's go ahead and take that same idea, once we're comfortable with this, and apply it to a golf ball. If it doesn't go dead straight, that's completely fine. We're going to get to that later in this video. But for here, I'm just going to have that same feeling. My feet aren't going to move, but I'm going to feel that pressure in my feet the same. So as I make my backswing, instead of taking a step to the right, I'm just feeling that weight shift to my right foot just to the inside of my right heel. And then as I make my downswing, instead of stepping to the left, I'm going to feel my weight shift over to my left foot, and I'm going to be completely balanced on my left foot as I come all the way around. Now you'll notice my right toe comes all the way up, or my right heel comes all the way up. My toe is the only thing touching the ground. That's what's going to ensure that you get all your momentum coming on through the shot. So again, let's try this out. I'm not worried at all about where this shot goes. I'm just going to feel the momentum in my feet, and then we're going to build it from there. Let's try another one out here on the flight scope. There we go. Hit that one great too, right down the dead center. Little tiny draw, and all I was feeling there is shift to the right, shift to the left, just like we did in that drill. So if I look at my flight scope again, right down the middle, a little draw, 115.5 club head speed, 288.7 on the total distance. So I'm pretty happy with that. Anything around 300, I'll take that all day long. So now we've got the momentum with the feet. We have the overall concept of the weight shift. What happens to build a little bit more power on that? Now all we have to do is just keep rotating the upper body. So let's go ahead and stand up here again, and let's concentrate on the shoulders. On this drill, I want you to turn back until you feel like your shoulders are all the way turned away from the target. You can go ahead and take that same step as you're doing this. So now my shoulders are turned. If I was to put a club across my shoulders, I would take that step and my club would be over here. If I come on through, if I was turning on through, I'm going to feel like this right shoulder gets all the way around as far down the fairway as I can get it. Some of you guys may not be as flexible. It may not come all the way down the fairway. Some of you guys may be super flexible and it's going almost into the left rough. Either one of those are fine. Just go ahead and go with whatever comes comfortably to you. So again, I'm gonna take that step to the right. My shoulders are turning back. Step to the left. My right shoulder's coming all the way around. Notice how this is all happening in one plane. I'm not shifting this plane around. Very, very consistent. This is gonna pay off in the long run as we start to tilt that plane back down to the ball. But here, I'm stepping to the right. Really feel like you let yourself rotate those shoulders. And then as you come through, I'm rotating those shoulders all the way around here. Let's do the same thing now. Just tilt that down to the ground. So I have the feeling in my feet. Now I'm building that up to my shoulders, letting that big turn happen. You may be asking, why do I need to do the shoulders? What's the big deal with this? Well, the shoulders are really important. The more I can let my body rotate back, the longer the distance my hands and arms are going to travel. The longer distance my hands and arms travel, the more speed I'm going to get in this club. I can't build momentum in the club with a little short, jerky swing. I have to let that club move long distances to build that momentum very smoothly and to get that club head speed without trying to feel like I'm killing the ball. So let's do the same thing here. I've done about 20 or 30 just doing the step drill. Now I'm doing 20 or 30 the same thing, focusing on my shoulders with the step drill. We're just going to tilt that plane down to the ground. So now everything's nice and straight, just like it was up here. We're swinging on this one plane. We've just taken that plane and put it down to the ground. So now we're coming through on that same plane with the entire swing. Now, if we want to get detailed, it's not perfectly on one plane, but we're not worried about that. The general idea is that it's going to be very, very consistent. So again, I'm going to make another couple swings here, hitting shots. I'm going to feel that weight shift. I'm going to feel that shoulder turn, but my feet aren't going to move on the ground. Let's try that out. All right, another one right down the middle. Couldn't be happier with that. Probably a couple feet away from my other ball. So if I look on my flight scope again, didn't look like I was swinging that hard. Took it nice and easy, let the club momentum work for itself. 116.2 and 287. So I'm really happy with that shot too. So now let's build it to this final piece. And let's talk about how the wrist moves and how the club creates some momentum in the swing. Then I'm going to bring you to the drill. We're going to hit it nice and straight. So we have this swing where we're getting our weight shift, we're getting our shoulders to turn, and everything's kind of swinging on this one plane, this one smooth area here. You can almost imagine it like a sheet of glass, and your club is just gliding across that sheet of glass the entire time. But what about the club face? Well, in reality, that club face is going to open up as you make your backswing. It's going to square up with its own momentum as you're making that downswing, and then it's going to turn on over this direction as you're coming on through. So the way I like to start this out is, let's go ahead and put our hands right in front of our body here, and I'm going to go ahead and let my hands turn to the right as I go back, again matching that plane of glass, and then as they come through, now I'm going to go ahead, let them square up and turn through, matching that plane of glass. So again, I'm just getting that momentum. My hands are opening and my hands are closing. Same thing's happening in your golf swing. That momentum, that's what I'm talking about. The hands momentum squaring that face up is what allows the face to square. If you're struggling with a slice, you're just dragging the hands through with them open. I need to let those hands turn on over and to rotate on through to be able to get that club face to release and for it to square up and be able to hit that nice little draw. So I'm going to do another 20 or 30 of those. Then I'm going to grab a club. Let's go ahead and make some swings doing the same thing. And you'll see how that face opens up. As I'm coming through, it squares itself. And then as I'm coming on around, it turns the other way. So again, a good 20 or 30 of these. My shoulders, my feet, my hands, my club, everything's working in unison. So now if we put a ball down here, all we're going to do is we're going to look at our ball flight and adjust from there. So if my ball starts to slice a little bit to the right, I know that my face just wasn't rotated enough coming on through. I need to let the momentum of the club head turn itself on over. If my ball goes to the left and starts to draw or hook, I know that that face is turned over too much. So again, I'm not trying to force the club, I'm trying to let it swing what feels like under its own weight, under its own gravity, and let that face square up with that. I am controlling what's happening with the club, but it doesn't feel like that to me. It feels like I'm just letting the momentum of the club do its own thing to square up the face. So let's go ahead and try that one out, see if we can get a nice straight shot. There we go, guys. Hit that one dead straight. Maybe just a little tiny bit of a fade on there. We'll probably see pretty similar numbers. So again, that one, the club head speed was 116.1, about what it was the entire time. 286.9 on the total distance. So considering we're a little bit into the wind, I'll take that all day long. Now that we have this momentum built up, we're starting to feel comfortable with our weight shift, our shoulders, letting that club go ahead and swing. Let me give you an awesome drill that's going to help you to hit this driver dead straight, and we'll build on this club face momentum like we just talked about. All right, guys, so now let's put it to the test. Let's actually get those really straight shots. Now the key for this is that we have to slow it down and we have to get it very, very simple, and then we can build from there once we're already hitting it straight. A lot of times what people will do is you'll hit full swings, you'll hit full drivers, and you start slicing them, and then it's a real battle to try to straighten that out. Let's get the straight shots first, and then let's build from there. So I'm gonna do the same thing where I feel the momentum of this club head go ahead and square up. So if you make a couple swings, again, where you're staying straight up and down, get some where you feel the momentum of the face turning on over. You can see this club face is now closed. Get some where you feel the momentum of the face is staying open, where the face is open. So I want you to get a really good feel of letting the club head do the work and letting the club head turn on over. Now in reality, that's when we start letting the club head turn on over. The sooner in our downswing we start letting that club turn on over, the easier it's going to be to square it up. The later in the swing we let it turn on over, the more open it's going to be. So let's start out. I'm going toward the 150 stake you can see out in the distance. And I'm going to hit a little 20 or 30 yard shot. I'm going to try to make it dead straight. So we can see that one actually turned a little bit to the left. That means my club face was a little bit closed as I'm coming into the ball. On this next one, I'm just going to tweak that feeling in my mind before I ever make a swing to have it a little bit more open than the last one. So again, I'm just going to hit that same 20 or 30 yard in the air driver shot until I can get that to be nice and dead straight. Let's try another one. A little bit more of a draw there too. We're going to try it one more until I get that thing dead straight, and then we'll go ahead and go a little farther. Yeah, almost exactly dead straight on that one. You see the ball didn't curve. Maybe a little bit left of the stick, but that's completely fine. Now all I'm going to do is go a little farther back and a little farther through. So that swing was about to here. I'm just going to take a little farther back, a little bit more rotation like we worked on in the beginning of this video. So I'm probably going to carry this one to about where those balls landed. Yeah, straight. I got that one to fade just a little tiny bit. This drill looks really easy, but you have to build up a lot of feel with your hands and arms and the club face to know when that face is square. It's not quite as easy as it looks. There we go, another straight one. Now I'm going to build it up a little farther than that. I'm probably going to take closer to a half or 3/4 swing. Let's go on further down the fairway. There we go. You can see now that we're swinging a little harder, it's actually easier for me to get to go a little straighter. That ball took off nice and straight. So only when I'm comfortable hitting them straight do I move on to my distance. If I'm slicing, if I'm hooking, I need to slow down until I can straighten it out. Let's go ahead and do 1 3/4 shot. On this one, I want you to really feel like you hold your finish. Get all the way on through, let that right heel come up off the ground. There we go, nice, dead straight as an arrow. Really good on the finish there. Now finally, I'm gonna make a full swing, and the same thing here. I wanna let my rotation on the backswing happen. I'm gonna let my rotation on the follow through happen so I get that momentum with my body to get the speed. I don't wanna be all hands and arms, or I'm gonna be very inconsistent. All right, guys, work on those drills. I guarantee you, you're gonna be hitting it so much straighter. It's gonna be way easier to keep the ball in bounds and break 90. All right, guys, hope y'all really enjoyed this video. We talked about how to build momentum to get that speed in this video by using the body turn. Now, if you really wanna kick it up to the next notch, let's do what all those pros are doing. We wanna let this club work for us. Let's get that lag in the downswing. Now we got this sharp angle, we can let that club whip, and you're gonna pick up 5, 10, maybe even 15 yards off the tee just from getting that lag and letting it release. So I got a great bonus for you. I'm gonna play a preview of one of my best lag videos. All you have to do is just go ahead and click the iCard that pops up on your screen or down below in the description, and you'll get instant access to that video. Best of luck, guys, and I can't wait to see you in the lag video. Let's go ahead and get started. And we're gonna get some more lag. I know you guys really want a lot of lag. All the pros have it, and I got a great 3-piece drill that Robin's gonna help us demonstrate. The right forearm, the right shoulder, they're trying to come down really hard to start the swing, and we burn up all our speed prior to getting down to the ball. So we're not saving up any of that energy. Imagine there's kind of like a a pouch with arrows in it, and I'm gonna pull the arrow out of the quiver and then swing on through. In grain, the reason this works is because I can't cast or that club's gonna come off my shoulder. I'm letting the start of my transition be across.